Next, we'll get into our Prestige Remodeling local sports news. We had a great opportunity to sit down with the Cochise College men's basketball coaches and have a great conversation as talked about their season, not just such a great individual season, but also some of their legacy and what they've been able to do over the last few years. So
he's
really
a
had a
Hall of Fame coach. We had a Hall of Fame coach in here. I love Coach Carrillo, and I love Coach Dave. Dave Matthews is awesome. He always comes in and has a lot of nice things to say about us, but we love him in return. So thank you.
Yeah, check it out. All right, we got Coach Baker here and the Cool FM sports team with some special guests. We got the coaching staff of the Cochise College men's basketball team celebrating a wonderful season, just coming off of the district championship game last night.
West District, yes.
West District championship game last night. Tough loss last night. We can get into that, but first let's just celebrate and talk about how great this season was, bringing home that regional title. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Coach?
Coach, you want to go first?
So yeah, we were definitely pleased and blessed. Guys work hard. We worked hard and didn't start off real well. You know, especially in our league, we were 0-3, thinking finishing like 12-3 over the last 15 games plus the region tournament. So guys bought in. We made some adjustments to our lineup. As most of you guys have been there, went a little smaller, but helped us get a little bit more, scoring on the court, space the court a little bit, like Coach says. We're able to play in a little bit more space, get some guys going downhill. Had a couple guys made some shots in, but most of all, they bought into what we were trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you don't make it this far by accident. And thank you, Coach Matthews. I'm sorry, I should have introduced you guys. Coach Matthews and then Coach Carrillo here. So Coach Carrillo, you know, he talked about how hard the team worked, even after maybe struggling some in the early season. Did you guys, at what point in the season did you feel like this could be a special season, maybe a championship type season or a championship team?
Well, I mean, you know, we did a good job with our non-conference schedule. We were 9-2 going into our classic right before the semester break at Arizona Western, and we played three good teams that had good seasons in their respective regions. We lost by 1 to Dawson, who won their region, and lost in the district game last night to Indian Hills. We lost by 1. We lost to Northwest Wyoming by 1, and we lost to Monroe out of New Rochelle, New York, who won the East region and is going to the national tournament. We were up 8 with 2 minutes to go, and we let that one slip away. And then, as Coach said, we started out in region 0-3, and we did make some adjustments to our lineup. And, you know, a lot of that credit goes to our on-campus assistant coach, Buena alum, Derek Lane.
Okay.
You know, him getting in the gym at night extra with our guys and him prepping us. He did a great job with these guys on site. And, but yeah, you know, like Coach said, our point guard, our 2 sophomores really kept fighting the fight. Last year we had a really good group of sophomores and we were a little unbalanced. And we had, due to graduation, we had so many freshmen. And what I like to say is freshmen don't know what they don't know. And it was a struggle, but our 2 sophomores, Knock Holston and Jace Johnson, fought the fight every day, and we really started to play well going into the region tournament. We did something we never do. We rested our starters going into the last regular season game of the year, and they celebrated the teammates and the 8 guys. DeAndre Hawthorne started and had 16 points.
Yes.
Jose Mendez from Bisbee had 16 points on 10 shots. You know, Yavapai did come in last in our region, in our conference, but I think our starters saw what happens when they played ego-free basketball, and we carried that in, and we went to Eastern and beat a team that has, you know, 2 high, you know, the other center signed with TCU, power forward signed with Oregon State, and we went out and beat them by 14 on their floor. And then we dismantled College of Southern Nevada, and we really played well. And then last night, you know, was probably the best half we played all year against College of Southern Idaho, who probably will be the number 1 seed at the national tournament. And we couldn't get that scoreboard to zeros. We couldn't get it to zeros. And
Not fast enough.
You know, and they didn't lead until overtime.
Overtime.
You know, they hit a three. Unfortunately, someone sent me a snapshot of one of their threes late in the game where a kid's foot was on the line, and we missed it. We didn't have the replay. No. But it was a great game and a great crowd, and shout out to Cool FM and you guys coming out and supporting us, and we had a nice crowd. The place was jumping, it really was, and it's a great environment.
So, Coach, you know, first off, again, congrats on a great season. For our viewers who may be not familiar with the accomplishments of your program, can you just go over a bit of, you know, your resume and what you guys have accomplished in your years being at Cochise? Yeah,
I was coach boy in high school when I moved here from Northridge, California. I was an assistant at Cal State Northridge, Division I school in the Big West, and came out here to Buena, built that new facility, and
92.
I met Coach Matthews at Barnes. That was back when we could still play, and believe it or not, we used to run that gym.
Yeah, we had some fun.
They didn't like me up there. I made too many shots,
fun.
but
we had some fun.
Cochise was really down. They were the doormat of the region of the conference, and the job came open. And Bo Hall was the athletic director, hired me, and just we went balls to the wall, and we in 99 2000 we won the conference and the region, and went to Hutch, and since then we strung off 5 conference championships in a row from 2019 to 23. Yep. We won it 5 years in a row, and 21, the COVID year, we won the district and went to Hutch. 22, 23 we were arguably one of the top 10 teams in the country, and we got upset by Arizona Western in our region championship game, and Yaxel Landenberg, who was the MVP of the Big Ten, led them to that upset, and the year before we beat them at their place. So, but our region, Region 1 and Region 18, the Utah, Idaho schools play a district game to get the auto bid to the national tournament, where there's 24 teams now. And to play through that region's tough. A couple years ago, we lost to Salt Lake City in a real good game at our place. And then last night, our guys took it to the wire. And to answer, we've had a lot of success with student athletes, moving them on. And like I said, we're up to, next year we'll get to 700 wins. And it's been a lot of fun. We have a great network of people that we have a basketball family, and it's been fun. And it's a unique place. People don't understand it's until you get in the stronghold and you get the vibe of all the student athletes supporting each other. Our campus is based on student athletes, men's and women's basketball, baseball. Those guys were awesome last night. Or, we travel with our women's team, and our women's soccer team won their district this year. And so they're all housed, and everybody says, well, what if it's in Sierra Vista? I said, well, we'd kind of lose the vibe of what we got, man.
Absolutely.
It's Camp Cochise, man. So, but it takes a certain kind of student athlete that wants to succeed, down there. And, like I said, our sophomores were wonderful, and they really pulled these guys over, and we were close to getting there, man. But it's been a great 31-year run. Fortunately, I was inducted into the NJCAA Hall of Fame in 23, and so the fact that all that means is A, I'm getting older, but B, we've had really good players.
That's right.
And it's all about them, and they've done a great job with it. And as Coach Matthews was saying, we had 7 guys on Division I rosters, but not only that, we have 2 guys playing. MJ Clegg from Coolidge, Arizona. He's at St. Martin's, and they're in the NCAA Division II round of 6. Actually, they won. They're in their national tournament. Ben Henderson's at Colorado Mesa in their national tournament. Merrick Small was at St. Francis in Illinois. They're in the NAI national tournament. So, and obviously Oscar Clough will be in the NCAA tournament, and he's playing for a Big Ten championship as we speak.
Right now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time athletes. you guys play certainly such a high level of basketball. Like you said, maybe people aren't fully aware just how good junior college basketball is, especially now with so much Division I talent on your roster, and how many players that you guys have been able to recruit over the years and get to that next level is really says a lot about you guys and your program and your ability to recruit and get guys to that next level. You mentioned his name a little bit earlier, Oscar Clef. That's probably the one that's most recent memory for a lot of the followers of Cochise men's basketball in the last year. He's actually playing at Purdue right now, playing in the Big Ten championship. Obviously, they're going to be playing in the Big Dance as well. This is someone who was playing for you just last year. In fact, a couple years ago, and in fact, you were even kind of instrumental in helping them get to that to Purdue. Is that right?
Yeah. So what happened last year? People. Was Diego Pavia, the quarterback at Vanderbilt, played junior college football at Nimi. And he went to New Mexico State, got in the portal, went to Vanderbilt. He hired a lawyer and had a antitrust suit against the NCAA, saying that, hey, my years at Nimi as a junior college student athlete, I was unable to use my name, image, and likeness and make money.
Right.
So he successfully sued him. And that, in turn, allowed anyone the previous few years that any student athlete that was a junior college athlete, the NCAA gave a blanket extra year. Mm-hmm. And so we had a really good team, 22, 23, and we had guys, and Oscar went to Washington State out of Cochise, was highly recruited, played in the NCAA tournament that year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His coach, Kyle Smith, got the job at Stanford. Oscar wasn't a Stanford kind of guy. So then, Oscar consulted with me and I go, Oscar, do you want to chase money right now, or do you want low post touches? And he goes, Coach, I want low post touches. I'll get some NIL money, but I want low post touches. So the first Division I head coach that offered him was Eric Henderson from South Dakota State in the Summit League. Oscar said, I want to go with Coach Hendo. So, he went out there and was first team All-Summit, was second in the nation in double-doubles. The Diego Pavia ruling comes into play. Now my phone's blowing up. Mm-hmm. He wasn't going back. Now he's like, Coach, I want to go somewhere. I want to make money, but I want to go to a real program. So, he didn't want to hire an agent. His dad didn't want him to hire an agent. So myself and Hendo handled it. I was receiving calls from every high major in the country almost. Wow. And, Arizona had Krivas coming back. They didn't want to jump in, but, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Ohio State, Michigan a little bit, and then Purdue. A former assistant of mine coaches high school basketball in West Lafayette, okay. Purdue. I wanted him to be at a place that obviously, as basketball's changed. Modern basketball doesn't use a post guy sometimes. Yeah, right. Purdue, obviously, Zach Edey, and so they use post play, and so we went out. They flew me out, and I met Oscar there, and they recruited him. And Purdue's like basketball heaven. I mean, that's where John, the statue of John, their football team's second fiddle, and they're straight up basketball. Yeah. So we went out there. They offered him a very nice lump sum of money that he probably could have gotten a little more somewhere else. And Iowa State, we were going to go visit Iowa State next. And then they took a transfer from Virginia. And so Oscar and I were sitting, we were in the bar of the hotel. He's over 21. Dude got a lot of money, and I still had to buy him a beer, man. So, we were just sitting there, Coach, I really like it here. I don't want to go to Texas Tech. What do you think? Oh, you like it here? Then go here. Go here. So it's been great for him.
That's awesome.
And, a lot of these NIL agents take 20%.
Yeah. So
I figured out if you're getting $1 million, that's $200,000 for making a couple phone calls. So I mean, that's silly. So he's able to, hopefully hopefully he'll be, I've got a lot of agents contacting me now about him getting in, maybe in the second round, maybe getting a dual, what do they call it, two-way contract. Yeah. Two-way contract.
Yeah.
But he, being Australian, the NBL, which is one of the better the NBL, the pro league in Australia, which we have one of our former players playing, Nathan Sobey, who actually was first team all NBL. And he was an Olympian 2021. He won a bronze medal. So, that's part of our, we've had a good Australian connection, but, and then we have another young man from Perth, Riley Parker, who's at University of Portland, and he had surgery on his foot and had a medical red shirt. But I went out with him to Portland last year, and kind of got as just an old junior college basketball coach, I've kind of seen the landscape, and this is some crazy stuff, and there's a lot of money thrown around.
So, Coach, you brought it up. Let's tap into it. The international connection. What are you guys' strategy, and what are you guys doing to be successful at really, tapping into not just across the U.S., but going and looking for players all over the world? Like, what's been your key point in doing that?
A lot of it's just getting a situation where you trust, some coaches, and I'll be honest with you, you can swing and miss. We've missed. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. And we got to do a better job as we move forward of maybe not relying on international swings and misses. We had a really nice player from Senegal, a really nice student athlete from Senegal, and due to the nature of our political scene, was denied his F1 visa multiple times because of where he's from and the color of his skin. It was a tough scene, man. So, there's some give and take with that too, because some of these African nations, these kids are having a hard time getting their F1 student visa with our situation right now.
Right. Wow.
So, but with that said, it's all based on your connections. One of our best freshmen, DJ Jones, Devon Jones, he's our first player from Watts. He's the first player from LA. And his high school coach played for a legendary junior college coach, Mike Miller, who was at LA City, who I knew way back from when I coached at Northridge. And so he said, hey, if you're going to junior college, you're going to Cochise. And he's got a great future ahead of him. He really is. So to end all be all, we got to do a better job recruiting, I think, within our region, but it's getting tougher with EYBL basketball, the preps.
Yeah,
some of these cats already have agents. Yeah, and I'm a little old to be dealing with agents, but I guess it's the way of the world, man.
Right.
But it shows it's a testament to how much you care about your student athletes for you to be there with them every step of the way through that process and kind of helping them out. That kind of shows a lot about your character and you being more than just a coach. And I would say the same for Coach Matthews over there, who I was saying off the air, this is a guy that's been involved in the basketball community in Sierra Vista for years and years now, from youth league to middle school, high school, every different level. I coach at the high school level, and all our players are very familiar with Dave. He's very familiar with him. You guys have done a great job developing relationships here locally, and I think that's a great thing to do. And at all times, it always seems like you have at least one or two local kids on your roster, and that's just good to see from a high school coach's vantage point when I'm talking to my players and my parents and stuff, and for them to see, like you said, they don't know what they don't know, to see how tough it is to play at that next level, how tough it is to even practice and participate and make it and get through the workouts, for them to see that and be a part of that, to know that this is something that's bigger than them, but it's still something really special, and it's really an elite level of basketball being played here. So when you can combine an elite level of athleticism or sport, combined with the type of character building and relationship building that you guys have, I'd say you're definitely doing a great job there at Cochise.
Well, this guy deserves a ton of credit. I mean, him volunteering his time, and I echo everything you just said. He's deep in the community. Mm-hmm. He cares. He wants. It's a non-transactional relationship. He wants nothing. Right. But our guys get happy when they see Coach Matt in the gym, But more importantly, we're trying to develop men, and he's a father, he's a husband.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about a role model, he walks in the gym as a role model, and we're just lucky to have him because, these kids come from some wonky environments sometimes,
Right.
And we're all trying to help, and that's our job. But we'll let him speak because we're lucky to have him, man. We really are.
And I'm grateful for Coach because, I don't get to get there all the time. I want to be there. I get a little emotional when he talks about it. But no, I enjoy doing it. Marlon has Hoopology. All your kids come to that. Your son came the other day to me. And I just enjoyed helping out as much as I can. Will those kids come to Cochise? I don't know.
Right.
But at least they're wanting to be in the gym. Hopefully it helps your program.
Right, absolutely.
I enjoy doing it. Marlon enjoys doing it. And it's just what I'm about.
Yeah, it's kind of like just the trickle down effect of your success at Cochise and your coaching staff being a part of the community here, and whether or not they're going to make it to that level or play at that level is irrelevant. It's just kind of shows the basketball community and the basketball family that we have here in Cochise County. It's really, really a good thing, and you guys are kind of leading the way. You're the college team of this county, and it's good to be good.
Yeah,
it is good to be here.
It's one of them good problems.
I didn't think the sun was coming up today. So.
I
didn't think it was coming up. Man.
It was definitely a tough night.
It's up.
Yeah, we here. So, Coach, with that connection you have to the local community, and then Coach Carrillo with the stuff you said about how the landscape of just trying to get to play college basketball has changed. If I'm a high school kid that's, I'm a rising junior or so, and I'm looking to play basketball at the next level, what kind of things are you guys looking for a player that would, kind of catch your attention?
I think toughness is one of the main things. We start with mid-August, and here it is late August, and here it is March 14th.
Right.
Most kids, that's 8-9 months of workouts. High school seasons run November to February, and we need those kind of guys. And it's tough for high school kids early. They, they don't understand. Coach will send out the summer workouts. What's going to happen? Kids are still don't come in shape. Kids are, we told you it's going to be tough. And kids find out when they get there. So, excuse me, we're, those are the kind of kids we want.
Right.
Tough kids that, that can buy into a program, buy into a culture. He's a tough coach. I've learned so much from him. And I can tell you all of our assistant coaches that come back, Coach Lane, Coach Saha, Coach Myers, we got players that play for us that come back and coach. Or they go on and coach at other levels, and they implement some of the stuff they learned at Cochise. But one of the things they talk about is the toughness that they have on their kids, because that's what we try to instill when we get a student athlete. International, local, Phoenix, anywhere around the country. We just want to make sure we develop some toughness.
I want to thank you for inviting me to come down to the Stronghold. Earlier,
I told you.
You said you got to come down and check it out, and it was everything you said it was and more. And so I can't wait to get back there and not just call some games, but see some games next year too. With both you guys' programming, your women's program is doing the great things down there, Cochise as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I could speak on it too. I know as a high school coach, you guys have welcomed me and my teams in to meet with your players, go through the locker room. We've gone to your games before. Always have such a welcoming attitude towards the high school programs and athletes. So that's much appreciated. So, and that's all we have.
I appreciate it, guys.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys for covering. Our guys get excited and they love it. The hype man, Jeff, the hype man,
the voice of Arizona.
The hype man.
Yeah.
But our guys love it when they get interviewed, and we got the background screen on the wall. But you guys have been great, and damn, I'm glad the sun's out today because I didn't think it was.
Yes, and it will come up tomorrow and the next day. You guys will be hitting the recruiting trail and back to winning another championship at some point. So we thank you once again. We got Jerry Carrillo, Coach Jerry Carrillo, Coach Dave Matthews. I'm Coach Baker. That's Coach Lassiter. That's it for today's local sports news.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
That's you.
Going to be some legendary stuff going on with those guys for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't see them stopping anytime soon, and they're going to be bringing in some solid kids, continuing their success
always.
in that program.
Always.
So, brought to you by Prestige Remodeling and Restoration LLC of Sierra Vista. Prestige has a pioneered and visionary approach that empowers exceptional service, reinvigorating the fundamental principles of customer-centric service. And as a licensed general contractor, including plumbing and electrical, they proudly cater to both commercial and residential needs. Visit them at prestigesierravista.com.